Okay, so now that we have identified our dream home, identified where we are going to build it, and we've picked everything out, now it's like, okay, we got to get our current house ready to be sold. So what we started to do is just go and kind of come up with a game plan every weekend of what rooms we were going to tackle to declutter and to clear out. So then that way we could get our house ready for sale. And so we started doing a couple of rooms at a time. And it was a lot of work. It was really exhausting. Luckily, both of our parents live really close to us, and so we were able to utilize my parents' basement to store a lot of stuff. So that way, our basement, we could also kind of clear that out a little bit and just make everything so that you could see our house, right? Because we've been living in our house. We have all these things, and it makes it our home, and we love it. But we want people to come in and be able to envision themselves in this home and to really see what the space looks like. So it was a lot of weekends of just working so hard, especially for my husband because he was doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I do work out, look at these bad boys, but I'm not nearly as strong as he is, and so he had to use a lot of manpower to lift and to move stuff, and we had help along the way. My parents were helpful, his parents were helpful, my brother was helpful. It was just really good to have support and help in all of this. And so finally, a couple of weekends ago, we were able to talk to the realtor and say, okay, we will be ready to put our house on the market in the next month. And so he kind of walked us through what that would look like, what we needed to still do. He brought in a stager for us to help kind of walk through that. So say, we already kind of knew what we needed to do, but she provided some really great insight and tips. So that was really valuable information. And then we spent one entire weekend just like deep cleaning and wiping everything down so well and just tight, like, where we had nails in the wall from hanging up pictures, like spackling and painting and buffing all of that out. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of really hard work. We were both super exhausted. But then that weekend that we got done, then we had the photographer come in and take our pictures of our house, and then our house went on the market the very next day. So it was really quick and really overwhelming. And so we're at this point now where we're just really working with the realtor to have showings at our house, to have open house. And it's a lot of work to constantly have your house look, show ready, especially with kids. Luckily, we don't have any pets because I can only imagine what it would be like with pets. But just every morning, so my husband and I were both engineers. We're super organized. And so what we did is like the weekend where we did the deep cleaning and kind of really focusing on getting the like little things done, we made a checklist of like all the things that we were going to do and like who was responsible for what. So we had our projects and we know who was working on what at all times. So then we had a checklist for, okay, whenever they have pictures, when they come in and do pictures, we want to kind of make sure that all of these things are taken care of. And then we made another checklist of these are the things that we want to do anytime we are going to have a showing at our house. And so technology is amazing. So we get these text messages and says, hey, you're going to have a showing tonight at, 4:30, 5:30, whatever it is. So that's nice to kind of get those notifications and get all of that scheduled. But like I said, it's just a lot to constantly make sure that your house looks ready. And we are so anxious for a family to fall in love with this house. We have absolutely loved living in this house. It's in a great neighborhood. We have the absolute best neighbors. We will miss them so much. It's just this house is just lacking a couple of things that our new house is going to have, and we're really excited about that. But at the same time, it's just such a bittersweet feeling for sure. And it's a lot of emotions. We're anxious for somebody to find this house and fall in love with it. We're anxious for our new house to be built. It is a very interesting time for sure. So next week I'll be back and I will share with you what's going on with our new house. Stay tuned.